question. I mean, the challenges are enormous. And today we talk about several of them. It's about customers, it's about technology, competition. But I would like to highlight the organizational challenges, because in the end, there's an organization that needs to change. And I think it's interesting to reflect about how much time we spend each day doing things versus changing things. And I would say, 20 years ago, maybe 90% of the time that was spent in the workplace, we were doing things. I would say today, 50% is about changing things, making things differently, doing different things. And of course, that creates a lot of an amount of stress, because each individual has to change their way of working, they have to change their capabilities. And I think from a management perspective, that is a challenge. How do you manage that? And how do you motivate people to actually do new things every day, every week, every month, and so on? Yeah, several. Some of them successful, some of them are not so successful. But of course, if we take marketing, the way we use the market in retail, that is that we plan campaigns maybe 6 months in advance. We had a fixed campaign schedule. We try to drive customers to the store, and in the store we convert them. Today that's completely different. But it's the same people that has to work with different tools. We have to work with different media. We move from conventional media to digital media. And of course that requires new skills. And we can't keep hiring new people every day, so we need to change these people. And how do you motivate them to do that? It's a tricky thing. Each retailer has to be unique in their way to craft and shape their customer experience. But I think there's some fundamental principles. The first one is the customer needs to feel welcome. They need to feel welcome in the store, to the website, or to any other channel. I think in fashion, we have historically maybe been we have been intimidating our customers a little bit. So this is one thing that we spend very much time working on. How do we feel the customer welcome? And that is, of course, how you greet the customer, but it's also how you position yourself in the store. If you imagine coming into a store and you have two sales people standing at the checkout talking to one another, it's not welcoming. I think that the second thing is the actual dialogue. Once the customer has entered the buying phase, and it should be guiding. And you also need to develop the customer. For us that works in fashion, of course we respond to what the customer wants. But the customer also expects us to help them try something new. If we succeed in that, if you have a customer walking out with an outfit they've never tried before, I would say the customer is probably quite satisfied and enthusiastic about it. We're talking about now the customer meeting in the store, and that is not high tech, it's high touch. But of course we use technologies to enhance that meeting. And first of all is we meet the customer not in the store, we meet the customer in the digital market space. So we now we spend a lot of time and energy try to understand how should we meet the customer in the digital market space, and how should we increase our digital presence. It's not so much about technology choice, I think, but it's more about how do we communicate our brand in these various channels.